Now to review the Magnums. The first one, the Smith & Wesson Model 29. So, 4 shots with the M29 on a Big Mamagini, unupgraded. So only 2 shots when the M29 is fully upgraded. This is personally my favorite Magnum because it is the middle class one out of all the Magnums. Has good firepower, good reload speed, good capacity, good piercing. So that's why it's my favorite. Also, it doesn't have that slow ass recoil like the M500 does. Alright, that's it for the Model 29. Now for the next Magnum, the Lightning Hawk, or the Desert Eagle. So, 5 shots from the Lightning Hawk unupgraded. So, the Lightning Hawk also does 2 shots when fully upgraded. In terms of firepower, it is the weakest Magnum. But on the other hand, it has the fastest reload speed, and it has the most piercing power, which means it can go through the most enemies. Alright, well that's it for the Lightning Hawk. Now for the last Magnum, the Smith & Wesson Model 500. So, only 3 shots from the M500 when non-upgraded. Alright. It's also 2 shots when fully upgraded. The firepower differences between all 3 Magnums aren't that far apart. That's why all 3 of them took 2 shots. But, in reality, the Model 500 is the most powerful Magnum in the game, with an astonishing firepower of 5,000. But the trade-off is it has the lowest capacity and it has the slowest reload speed. Alright, now for the old tradition that I have on the Resident Evil weapon review series. Taking the most powerful Magnum, fully upgraded, to the most standard enemy's head for the extreme headshot. Here we go. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to add this clip to my new YouTube intro. So here we go. Oh, come on! Headshot! Alright, well, to unlock the M500, you have to fully upgrade the Model 29. Yeah, you unlock a lot of weapons by fully upgrading the first of each weapon type. Alright, well, that is it for the Model 500 and all the Magnums. Now to move on to another one of my favorite weapon classes. Alright, now for the explosive weapons. The first one is the grenade launcher. Now, like in all Resident Evil games except 4, there's always been a weapon that uses more than one type of round. It was always the grenade launcher most of the time. So, in this Resident Evil though, you have the most amount of rounds. There are 6 different types of rounds in this one. You got explosive, acid, flame, nitrogen, which is like freeze, and then you are introduced to 2 new ones that you've never seen before, electric rounds and flash rounds. So I'll review all those one at a time. So we'll start with explosive rounds for this one. Okay, I just recently found out that some weapons do have descriptions. The ones that don't get upgraded, they actually do have their own descriptions. So let me go back and do all those weapons that I can describe. So the grenade launcher. Powerful weapon that can fire 6 different types of grenades. Ammo is sold separately. Hand grenade. A powerful hand-thrown explosive device, effective against groups of enemies. Incendiary grenade. A hand grenade that explodes into flames upon impact, slows down attacks as well as inflicts damage. Flash grenade. A hand grenade that explodes with a blinding flash, momentarily hampers enemies' movements. Proximity bomb. An explosive device that could be planted on the ground. The device is set off by enemies in close proximity to it. And golden egg. An extremely rare golden egg. It will fetch a high price in certain markets and is highly coveted. Alright, now to review the grenade launcher. Alright, now let's test each type of round on a Big Man Majini. So, 6 explosive rounds for the Big Man Majini. Now let's try flame rounds. So, 12 flame rounds for the Big Man Majini. Now let's try acid rounds. So, 12 acid rounds for the Big Man Majini. Now let's try nitrogen rounds.
I need ammo.
So, basically for a lot of the normal enemies, nitrogen only takes one shot because once they're frozen, you can melee them or shoot them with one bullet or pretty much anything and they'll just go into pieces. So nitrogen rounds against normal enemies is for sure the strongest. But let's still look at the other rounds. Now for electricity rounds. Okay, 14 electricity rounds for the Big Man Majini. Alright, I'm not gonna really test the flash rounds on him because I know the flash rounds are made for stunning, not for killing. But you can't, they're like flash grenades, they can kill Plaga spawns. See, it just flashes the enemies. I actually did test how many rounds it takes to kill a Big Man Majini because there is a damage difference between when you fire a round directly at your target or if the blast radius hits them. So there is a slimmer of damage that is taken when the round directly hits them because of the projectile damage. And when I tested the flash rounds, it took over 50 rounds. So no, the flash is made specifically for stunning and killing Plagas, basically. Alright, well, that is it for the grenade launcher. Alright, now for the next weapon, the Resident Evil famous rocket launcher. And you can get this with the infinite ammo, as all Resident Evils have always done. You just have to beat the game under 5 hours. That doesn't mean one whole playthrough total time. Until it gets under 5 hours, then you can get the infinite rocket launcher. But here's the rocket launcher. Weapon that launches a high explosive rocket propelled grenade, designed to be disposed of after a single use. Only if you do not have infinite ammo. Monstrous power.
That thing is huge. Do you really think we can kill it?
right here is where I would actually use the rocket launcher. I just used it there to get to this part fast. Usually use the laser targeting device to get to this part, but when the main big cell shows up, use the rocket launcher and you'll defeat it fast, like this. Alright, well, there's the power of the rocket launcher. Once you get it infinite, just have a blast with it, really. Of course, I gotta do another tradition I've done, use the rocket launcher on a regular Lamborghini to watch them explode. Oh, they are so gone! Alright, well, that is it for the rocket launcher.